Hello there! It's time to stain things up a bit. I'm talking about distress stains. These are some new products that we got into our shop yesterday, and today I'm at it. We've got 12 new colors and they go from spun sugar to walnut stain. And I have been playing around with these a little bit just to make a chart sort of how they look, so you get a look-see. So if you just put them on some watercoloring paper, they would look something like this. And if you drag it once, you get this a little bit paler version, and if you drag it twice, you get a darker version, and that goes for all the colors. And if you drag them on some texture faded paper, perhaps you recognize these texture fades from Tim Holtz, just love these. Here are all the colors yet once more. So you got this spun sugar is pretty pale. It's pretty nice when you see it up close. And here are some tags that I have been playing around with, and I have done some texture fading on them beforehand. And on this one I just chose a couple of colors with those, and I just dropped them like this, sprayed some water on them, and then just let it dry with a heat gun. And after that I added on some glitter. I'm not sure if you can see it a little bit here and there. And after that I think I also dragged some vintage photo from a distressing pad, I think. And afterwards, finally, I did some spraying with Perfect Pearls, a blue shade. So this is what it looks like when it's done. And with this one I've been playing around with some green and wild honey and red and so forth. And here's a lovely one as well. There's some wild honey there, I think, and then there's that broken china, and when those two colors get combined they form another green color there, and then there is Dusty Concord up here. But I think I'm going to make one of those tags so you see what I'm talking about here. Let's see if I can get up close. And I also want to point you in this direction. I just love these colors actually. And what I did was I punched out a hole, or punched a piece of paper 1/2 inch, and then I colored those in, and then I glued them on top of these bottles, so it would be easier for me to find the colors that I want. Because if you have them all stacked up like this, imagine all of these are black. It could be quite difficult having them stored like this. And perhaps you're not the type who likes to have them floating around on the table, and so it's a tip for me anyway, from me to you. And I think I'm going to challenge myself using colors that I'm not using that often. And I'm thinking spun sugar, weathered wood, walnut stain. Let's see what they come up with. And also forest moss. Those are the colors I'm thinking I won't be using that much. So I have pre-textured this one with a texture folder. Dry embossing is another word for it. So let's get started. I'm going to start off with a spun sugar here. And I'm just going to drag it randomly over the tag like that. And I'm thinking of actually going in with some blue here and there. I'm hoping those two colors will combine and make a smashing new color. And I'm going to put the green one down there and some walnut stain up here. If I'm not happy with this one, well, hey, what can I do? And I'm going to spray over some water. And then it's going to be a little bit noisy. I hope you can stand it. as you see, they tend to fade a little bit. Especially the pink one doesn't show that well on camera, I think, but it's sort of a nice sponge sugar pink. Well, I'm not sure if I like this as much. I'm thinking of adding another color and just trying to dip this one. So let's see what should go nicely with those. I'm thinking of the red one because this is also a way you could actually use it. And instead of adding some water to it, I'm just going to see what happens. Perhaps it's enough having these red splotches on the pink, I'm not sure. Because I do think that they turned out pretty harsh, those other colours. And one thing you could try as well is making the colors blend even more. I mean, these are distressings and they are supposed to react with water even afterwards. And I think this is the time when I'll actually be adding some perfect pearls. And I have got some white, orange or blue to choose from. So I'm going for the white. I'm just going to spray it all over to give it a nice shimmer, and then I'm going to dry it once more. Now you're starting to see the shimmer, I think. And I'm going to pick up the leftover colors here to see what happens. And afterwards, I always like to, you see this broken, I mean the water has done it, I suppose. Sure, you could make it work somehow, something peeking out from underneath. Let's see if I can make it work with some, should I go for some red or perhaps brown? Should I play it safe or should I go for pumice? I'll just drag it all over these so I can make those retro circles pop out even more. I don't think it's going to mess up too much with the shimmer. The shimmer is going to show anyway. And just to finish things off, I'm going to drag this pumice stone distressing pad around all over the edge. Well, it sort of turned out pretty dark. Wasn't what I intended. Well, that's the thing really, when I haven't got a plan it sort of turns out like I don't know what. If you look at this one, and there's this lovely new stamp from the Greeting Farm. This one will be re-released on the 1st of April. You had your chance on the 1st of April. You had your chance on the 1st of March actually. But for those who missed out on that chance, you'll get another one starting from the 1st of April. So this is Noah, sort of cool vibe looking Jamaican man, and perhaps he'll actually work on this tag. I'm not sure, but I think I might be able to pull it off better than on these ones. I'm not sure what you think. first off I thought this one could be nice, but I think it just melts into it, doesn't it? So I'm thinking this one could be quite nice because there is a lot of pink here. So that's what I'm hoping for, to be able to pick up. So, well, I just wanted to introduce you to these distress stains. I like them, they're fun to work with, and you can also combine these with the distress ink pads. I mean, neither of the distress products should be avoided or wasted or discarded. I mean, you could save all of them, just work with them in different ways. And don't forget this tip, put a marker on top so you know which one you're looking for. So that's it for me, and have a happy distressing time. Bye bye.